Welcome to the second of two lessons on planning the play as declarer. In our last video lesson, we focused on planning the play in no-trump contracts. In this lesson, we turn our attention to planning the play in suit contracts. In our video lesson on planning the play in no trumps, we learned that there are three ways of developing extra tricks: tricks by force, tricks by length, and tricks by finessing. When declaring in a suit contract, we have an extra string to our bow. We can often use small cards in the trump suit to ruff the opponent's winners. In fact, when declaring in a suit contract, ruffing is probably the most common way of developing extra tricks. Ruffing in the short trump hand. Now that's usually dummy, but not always. And if your trumps are split evenly between the two hands, say 4-4 or 5-5, then you can choose which hand is going to be the one that you're going to be ruffing in. Usually the hand with more side suit shortage, offering ruffing potential. Here spades are trumps, and you can make 6 spade tricks off the top just by playing them out. Winning the club lead and leading a second club to ruff with the 4 spades isn't going to give you a 7th spade trick. That 4 spades is already accounted for. But look for side suit shortage in the short trump hand, here dummy. Is there a suit in dummy where we have fewer cards than you have in your own hand? Yes, diamonds. You can make a ruffing trick on the 3rd round, and that's going to give you a 7th trump trick. Here's an interesting hand. There is no short trump hand because there are 4 hearts in each hand. So we can designate either hand as the ruffing hand. Here spades is the only suit that presents a ruffing opportunity, so it makes sense to choose dummy as the ruffing hand. Let's have a look at another deal. Here you are declarer in 4 spades. You've got 5 spade winners, 1 heart winner and 3 diamond winners. That's 9. You need 1 more. You can ruff a 3rd round heart and dummy, but can you see a danger? Look at the auction. West has overcalled 2 hearts, suggesting at least 5 hearts, maybe more. You've got 5 hearts between your 2 hands, so East is very likely to be short in hearts. If you ruff the 3rd round with your 4 of spades or your 7 of spades, it may well be over-ruffed, and bang goes your 10th trick. Look at your spades. You've got the top 5, and there are only 5 missing spades, so you won't need your queen to draw trumps unless spades break 5-0, which is a very low probability, around about 4%. So ruff with your queen of spades. The key message from this example is always to ruff as high as you can afford. And now we can see that East would have overtaken your 7 of spades with the 9 of spades, a careless and avoidable mistake. Let's now look at one of the most important uses of the trump suit, enabling declarer to dump losers. Let's start by looking at a simple example. Here you are South declaring in 4 spades. You have just 3 top tricks, that's the ace and king of hearts, and the ace of clubs. You can develop 5 more spade tricks once the ace has been forced out, and you can develop 2 diamond tricks once the ace of diamonds has been forced out. That's 7 extra tricks, enough to make your contract. However, you have 2 losers in clubs, 1 in spades, that's the ace of spades, and the ace of diamonds. So as soon as you lose the lead, the defense will win 2 club tricks, the ace of diamonds and the ace of spades, to defeat the contract. Your plan is to win the lead with the ace of clubs, cross to dummy's ace of hearts, and throw one of your club losers, the 3 or the 2, on dummy's king of hearts. Now you will only lose 1 club trick because you will ruff the 3rd round of clubs. This technique is one of using excess winners in one suit to dump losers in another suit. So how do you spot whether you have a suit with excess winners that can be used for discarding losers? Let's look at these three suit combinations. You are declarer at the bottom and dummies at the top. In each case, your hand as declarer and dummy have more combined winners than the total number of cards in your hand as declarer. Suit combinations like these are invaluable for dumping losers in other suits. With A, you've got 3 combined winners, that's the ace, king and queen, but only 2 cards in your hand as declarer, so you can discard once. You cash the king on the 3, cross to the ace queen, and then on the third round you dump a loser from another suit in your hand. Now let's look at B. You've got 4 winners between the 2 hands, that's the ace, king, queen and jack, but you've only got 2 cards in your hand as declarer, which means that you can discard 2 losers from your hand on dummies winners. But with C, you've only got 3 winners, even though you've got 4 top honors. So with 2 cards in your hand as declarer, you can make 1 discard. Cash the ace on dummies 3, then overtake the queen with the king, and then discard a loser in your hand on dummies jack. Take a look at this deal. You've only got 3 top tricks, that's the ace and king of diamonds and the ace of clubs. In hearts you can develop 5 length tricks and 2 more from club ruffs, giving you 10 tricks. But if you win with the king of diamonds and then tackle trumps, there is a risk that East might win with the ace and then lead spades, and if West has the spade ace and queen, you will sustain 2 spade losers and the trump ace and quite possibly the club king. That's 4 losers. However, if you look out for discard opportunities, you would spot that in diamonds you've got 2 winners, the ace and king between the 2 hands, and only 1 diamond in your hand as declarer, so that's an obvious discard opportunity. Win with the diamond king, lead a club to dummies ace, play the ace of diamonds and dump one of your spade losers. And note that if declarer had won with the king of diamonds and then tackled trumps right away before discarding, East would have won with the ace of trumps and then led back partner's bid suit spades. West would have won with the ace and queen of spades, and if West had then led a club, East's king of clubs would have won a trick sooner or later, and declarer would have sustained 2 spade losers, 1 down. With this next deal we can see an opportunity for quick discards on dummies diamonds. So do we dump our heart losers on the king and queen of diamonds before we set about drawing trumps? Well, this time the answer is no. We can and should draw some trumps first, because unlike last time, we won't lose the lead, because we have got the ace and king of spades. We may be lucky and find that the missing 4 spades split 2-2, and if they split the more likely 3-1, well, we should leave the master queen of trumps out. Don't draw it using 2 of our trumps. We should go ahead and take our heart discards, and if one of the opponents ruffs with the queen of spades at some point, well, it's a trick they were always going to win, but we haven't wasted 2 of our trumps to draw it. The rule of 1 principle, leaving the master trump out, is a very important one. You don't want to waste 2 small trumps on 1 opposing trump. But an opponent with a master trump is going to want to take out 2 of your trumps given the chance. So you need to be careful about how you partially draw trumps. With A, you've got no problem. You play 2 rounds and go about your business elsewhere. But with B, if you play your ace and then another heart, one opponent will win and they will play their last heart, taking out 2 of yours right away. It's far better to duck the first round and to win the second round and then go about your business. Remember, it's a good maxim this: if you have no way of avoiding losing a trick, it's generally a good idea to lose it early. And sometimes when drawing trumps, the suit breaks badly and there's nothing you can do about it. But certain plays within a suit are mandatory because they can gain when the split is bad, but they can never lose. With A, you are missing the Queen, the 10 and the 9. You can handle a 2-1 split easily enough, no matter what order you play the Ace and King. But you should play the Ace first, catering for the possibility of West holding the Queen, 10 and 9. If your Ace wins and East shows out, then you now know that West has the 2 remaining trumps, and you can take what is known as a marked finesse of the Jack of Hearts. That's 100% guaranteed. By playing the Ace, you have retained your finesse position until the second round in case you need it. There's nothing you can do if East holds the Queen, 10, 9. With B, you are missing the Jack, 10, 8 and 6. If they split 2-2 or 3-1, you've got no problem. You can clear the trumps by playing the Ace, King and Queen. But what if they split 4-0? The correct way is to lead to the Queen. If both follow, then you know that the trumps are not splitting 4-0, so no need to finesse. But if West shows out, then you know where the missing trumps are, and you can lead to the Ace, King and 9. If East plays the 8, you win with the 9. But if East wins with the 10 or the Jack, you win with the Ace or King. Cross back to dummy in another suit and then finesse for a second time. And that brings us to the end of our second of 2 lessons on planning the play. I hope you found them instructive. And until the next time, enjoy your bridge. Bye.